work. You'll study with other bright, motivated students and gain insight from Landmark College instructors who can help you discover new learning strategies and develop a personalized toolkit for reading, writing, studying, and organization. The 10-day transition workshop for college success will be held June 29th through July 10th at Winston Preparatory School's New York City campus. Space is limited. For information or to apply, visit landmark.edu/summer. That's landmark.edu/summer.
WCBS News Time 4:28. Weather together on the 8th.
In our WCBS Traffic Center, Adrian Watson.
And a new crash in Union, Garden State Parkway southbound by exit 137. Looks like it's just past that area. And delays go all the way back to Union and northbound, some heavy rubbernecking as well. Southbound West Shore Expressway past Victory Boulevard, there's a crash. Those delays go back to the Staten Island Expressway. And not liking the looks of the FDR Drive northbound, some very heavy delays from the 30s all the way up to the 120s. We have some construction reported. New accident, Cross Island Parkway, southbound at Linden Boulevard. Those delays go back to the Grand Central Parkway. This report brought to you by Panera Bread. Eat adventurously at Panera Bread with their new Asian-inspired broth bowls. Try a soba noodle bowl or a lentil quinoa bowl served with chicken or as vegetarian options. Topped with a steaming soy miso broth. They're all under 410 calories. Stop by Panera to explore more or order online at PaneraBread.com. Here's Craig Allen in the WCBS Weather Center.
Still looking at some snow falling, especially over the eastern half of Connecticut now, but there are snow showers that are up in the Hudson Valley. If you're traveling up the thruway, you will find them as you get past Monroe, approximately that area. And there's going to be a little bit, freezing rain spotted around the tri-state area anytime through the evening hours. Low 16 to 22. Not too much more in the way of an accumulation, but still, anything untreated is still very icy. You'll see that as you walk around. Clouds give way to some sun tomorrow, about 35. Wednesday, the sun gives way to clouds, 30 to 35, with a chance of some snow Thursday. I'm Craig Allen in the WCBS Weather Center. For great deals on Ford cars, trucks, SUVs, and crossovers, visit TriStateFord.com.
WCBS News Time, 4:30.
News, traffic, and weather for New York, New Jersey, and Connecticut. We are WCBS News Radio 880. Good afternoon, Monday, February 9th. I'm Steve Scott.
And I'm Deborah Rodriguez. Here's the latest from the WCBS newsroom. Clarkstown police now say an officer shot and killed a man who'd fired on police several times.
Another payout to Bernard Madoff's victims. Over $300 million has been returned.
The president warns Russia it's facing even more isolation if the fighting continues in Ukraine.
Same-sex marriage is legal in Alabama, but some judges there are refusing to issue marriage licenses.
Sports, Devils skate against the Oilers. Knicks take on the Heat. Nets visit the Bucks.
WCBS News Time 4:31. Clarkstown police today have been laying out exactly how a violent standoff ended last night. It happened in New City. Here's WCBS reporter Peter Haskell.
When police arrived at Vincent Cardera's house here in New City, the man opened fire with a high-powered rifle. They were notified because of a domestic dispute.
We were told that he was intoxicated. He was obviously highly agitated.
Chief Michael Sullivan says when negotiations broke off, a tactical team rushed inside.
The subject opened fire and fired several more shots at the officers, and one of our officers returned fire at this time.
The 57-year-old Cardera was killed. The chief said the man had a history of alcohol and drug problems. The cop who fired the fatal shot is on administrative leave. In New City, Peter Haskell, WCBS News Radio 880.
The brother-in-law of Pedro Hernandez, the man accused of killing Eitan Pate, has been on the witness stand today explaining the part he played in Hernandez's arrest.
Jose Lopez is the one family member who finally put together Pedro Hernandez's many claims of killing a boy in New York back in 1979 and the disappearance of 6-year-old Eitan Pate. It was the spring of 2012 when news coverage focused on the reopening of that cold investigation, and Lopez, Hernandez's brother-in-law, made a phone call that got him through to a very interested detective. Lopez testified that he had tried unsuccessfully over the years to pass on his information to the authorities, but apparently never got the right number. But it always troubled him, he said, because there was a mother and a father who suffered for so many years, said Lopez, and they deserved to know what happened to their boy. From Manhattan Supreme Court, Irene Cornell, WCBS News Radio 880.
Another $355 million has been distributed to Bernard Madoff's victims. The trustee, recovering money for Madoff's investors, Irving Picard, says more than half of the people with allowable claims have now been fully compensated. So far, Picard's office has recovered more than $10.5 billion. Investors lost about 20 to Bernard Madoff.
New York's governor trying to distance himself from the federal corruption case against former Assembly Speaker Sheldon Silver. Governor Cuomo tells the New Yorker that he's as responsible for the charges against Silver as President Obama is for former Congressman Anthony Weiner's sexting scandal. Cuomo also defends disbanding the Moreland Commission, which was investigating government corruption, saying in exchange, lawmakers passed modest ethics reforms.
The president today is warning that if Russia keeps on its course of backing rebels in Ukraine, its isolation will get worse. President Obama met with German Chancellor Angela Merkel today ahead of a summit planned for Wednesday between Ukraine, Russia, Germany, and France. More from CBS News Chief White House Correspondent Major Garrett.
I guarantee you, both this White House and the Europeans are not eager to demonstrably ratchet up the militarized part of this conflict in Ukraine, because they believe ultimately if Russia wants to go all in, it can defeat the Ukrainians no matter how much weaponry the United States pours in. And that's one of the things that has always held this administration back.
President Obama says Russia has broken nearly every promise it has made so far to lower the levels of violence in Ukraine.
President Obama was also asked about the upcoming speech to Congress by Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu and the possibility of hitting Iran with more sanctions over its nuclear program.
I don't want to be coy. The Prime Minister and I have a very real difference around Iran sanctions.
The president has argued against more sanctions now, saying they could torpedo ongoing talks with Iran. Netanyahu has now confirmed that he will speak to Congress next month about the dangers posed by Iran.
WCBS News Time 4:30 for a confusing situation in Alabama for couples trying to get married. Today was supposed to be the day that same-sex couples could start getting marriage licenses after a federal court decision. But some judges around Alabama are refusing after getting orders from the state's Chief Justice.
In Shelby County, which is located in Metro Birmingham, a sign on the door apologizes to any who are inconvenienced. Couples are being turned away there. Judges in other counties in the state, however, are granting some same-sex marriage licenses.
Reporter Donna Francavilla in Birmingham.
Boston is getting walloped again by snow. 12 to 16 inches more could fall in today's storm. Other parts of Massachusetts could get 2 feet of snow. The state's governor, Charlie Baker, is not at all happy with Boston's subway service, which was supposed to keep running during the storm.
There are a lot of people at the T who I know have been working extremely hard, but this performance is simply not acceptable.
Parts of several Boston train lines have been shut down in the storm.
WCBS News Time 4:36.
This is the sound of a healthy heart beating. This is the sound of a harp. But this isn't a concert hall. This is the Cardiology Recovery Room at Morristown Medical Center, where we treat more patients with valve disease than any other hospital in New Jersey, and have been rated among the top 50 cardiology and heart surgery programs in the United States by U.S. News & World Report. So why the music? Why the private rooms? Why the patient satisfaction scores consistently above 95%? Because at Morristown Medical Center, we believe that cardiac care requires the right combination of high tech and high touch. Our valve center delivers quality outcomes and an experience enhanced by patient liaisons who guide you and your family throughout the journey to restore your health. High tech and high touch. When it comes to the hearts you love, you need both. Morristown Medical Center.
Wearing glasses with Crizal No Glare lenses can make a big difference in your vision. Whether you're driving through the nighttime glare of traffic or shiny city lights, Crizal lenses give you the clearest vision possible with superior glare, water, dust, scratch, and smudge resistance. And Crizal has an SPF of 25 to protect your eyes from the damaging rays of the sun. Crizal, live life in the clear. Ask for them at your eye care professional or learn more at Crizal.com.
On Valentine's Day, Walgreens gets how easy it is to end up at the corner of, I need to get a gift, and I need to get it now. Good thing we're just around the corner. With Hallmark cards, and gifts of chocolates, fragrances, and even fresh flowers. So you can get in and out in no time. Because while the thought definitely counts, sometimes so does the clock. Walgreens, at the corner of happy and healthy.
Now this, eat adventurously at Panera Bread with their new Asian-inspired broth bowls.
Savor the soy miso broth in a lentil quinoa or soba noodle bowl, all under 410 calories. Stop by Panera today to explore more.
WCBS.